and work, bring home the bacon.
Whoa!
And never ever let me forget I'm a man.
I need to get this on recording.
Now I gotta get a job.
So can you tell us the funnest part of the 48 years? We'll take a story from each one of you. The funnest part.
The funniest?
Funnest.
Okay.
Lean together.
The fun.
Be careful. Come back over this way, she said.
Okay.
Is there a flash button?
You go first.
Yes, there is, but I don't know how to work it.
Okay, put up.
It's automatically goes up.
What's the best part? Maybe not the funnest. What's the best part of being married?
I want to hear the funnest.
Okay, we all know that would be having Laura. I was trying to avoid the embarrassment.
Well, that was probably the, having children, watching them grow up, probably the funnest part. Going to the sports game, and then seeing them in church, getting saved and raising children. They've all turned out, every one of them just exactly what we ever wanted. All of our 4 children was what we wanted. And we're thankful for them. And raising those children is probably the funnest. Going camping. And that was probably the happiest time of our lives.
That's powerful.
I don't know anything better than that.
And then there's the 5th child.
Now that was the funnest part.
Speaking of having children.
So Brenda, anything to add to that?
No, not really.
What about your grandchild sitting right here?
Addie, you're so like your mother.
Yeah, what about me?
Oh, I tell you. Don't get me started, okay?
Okay.
Here, we'll get a good picture. Lean together and smile. We want
Just smile, we'll
don't
make you
talk.
You still make her cry, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Okay, get a cookie here.
1, 2.
Am I halfway straight?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
3. Okay.
How about one with a little smooch?
Well, I still can't look.
What happened to the cake?
Okay, I'll be present.
All the grandbabies. Gee.
Yeah, and
Love on them and do anything, and then they have to go home.
Is that the best part of life now? Yep. You finally,
and the biggest,
finally have an empty nest.
The biggest thing is I could never been a minister if I hadn't had a good wife.
Yep.
And probably the thing that sticks out in my mind this morning, we had breakfast at Lulu's. now there's something, I'm going somewhere with this. At Lulu's used to be Burger King.
Yeah.
It was at that same little place.
Burger Chef.
Burger Chef. When I first, and that's why I called to preach, they put me up to preach that night. And I thought the Lord was just going to preach me, and I was just going to preach a big sermon. I had a house full of people. And I got up there, I was up there for 5 minutes. Couldn't think of nothing to say. And I had to go sit down. And I went that night up to the hospital because Laura had just been born. And I went into Burger Chef there, where we was at today, and sat there and ate a Pepsi and a hamburger and told the Lord I was never going to preach again. He let me down. I tried, and that was it. But since that time, I've never had to sit down since. I sat down the first time. God showed me it was him or nobody, and I learned from that experience it was just the Lord going to preach me. And so when I was in there this morning, I thought of that little building there. I said 48 years ago I was sitting here. Or somewhere. No, not 48 years, but
That's a neat story.
40 years. Yeah.
That's a neat story.
41.
I thought you was going to tell about when you first saw me.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about when she had your ring around his steering wheel.
Oh.
I remember that burger shop.
No. We won't go there.
Okay. The grandchildren are here.
But the first time I saw her was at church. I come out of the house and she was walking into the church. She had a skirt on, a white skirt, a tight white skirt.
Oh, no!
What just happened?
It wasn't that tight. But for the 60s, it wasn't bad.
I gotta go get my jacket right now.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, if you want the truth. So she showed up at the church. First time I ever laid eyes on her. And I went to church that morning, and I think I got to meet her.
And you said,
I don't know.
when you always said that as soon as you saw me,
Oh,
without meeting me,
you was the one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you telling
Ah.
Yeah. I was hooked.
From afar.
Great story.
But you have to bend sometimes because you can't think you can bend anymore, but you can.
That's right.
Help me.
Don't just sit there.
Explain what you mean when you said you have to bend.
So you can't think.
You know what I mean.
I don't get it. All right. go ahead.
We
Yeah,
have
let's hold the
problems
present.
come up.
Situation.
Situations, problems,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Laura.
Everybody
Gina.
has to bend.
Dana, James. But we wouldn't change a thing, to be honest with you. Wouldn't change a thing.
I wouldn't either.
Wait, look at this. Great. I love it.